children? Hope you all have a very good mood. So we are in the end point of this lesson, the monasteries and their impact on the Christianity. Okay. So open your page number 20 and read. Okay. Okay, page number 20. Monasteries and their impact on the society. In medieval Europe, thousands of people devoted their lives to church, working, praying, and studying in monasteries. Across Europe, monasteries became centers of Western art and learning. Men and women who became monks or nuns obeyed the rule or way of life originally set down in the 500 by Saint Benedict. Monks wore simple robes, shaved their heads, and lived together in communities known as monasteries. The head of the monastery was the abbot, who often managed large estates and sometimes even commanded his own knights. Monks and nuns followed a daily program of prayer and worship, attending 8 services every day. Monks ate together in the refectory and worked in the field and in workshops. At first, they made most of what they needed, including their own bread, butter, cheese, and ale. Thou later lay brethren did the hard work. They cared for the sick, gave food and shelter to travelers, and carefully copied out books, paintings, pages with brilliantly colored letters and pictures called illuminers. They kept careful records of herbs and became medical experts. Precious books were stored in monastery libraries and during the Middle Age for study by priests and fairies. These books were often the basis of the first universities. In the 1200s era, new orders of traveling preachers known as fairies were formed. Fairies did not live behind monastery walls but wandered and the countryside, asking for food, shelter, and preaching Christianity to the people. So, at the end, we have to learn about the monasteries and impact on the society. Monasteries is nothing but the group of people who are representing them, the community of Christian. They were like monks. Okay, they were like priests. How in Hindu? Okay, they were like priests and they were monitoring the things in Christianity, and they were their head was shaved totally. They were living a life like a monk, and there thousands of people, okay, thousands of monasteries have been given hand to the development of the people of that area, and they worked for the Christianity and shelter for the people, and they cared for the people staying there, and their studies also, isn't it? So these all together are called monasteries, means the monks who are living simple life and they are working for the Christianity and for the people, needy people. Okay, so monasteries, they were even females. Okay, they are called nuns. They were caring for the people, sick people. You know, there is a hospital, German hospital, Lady of Lords, it has been written on it. So they are nothing but the monasteries who have come from the different country and they were living in our India and they have built that German hospital. Now also you can see the ladies working there. The nuns, the sisters working there, they are in their unique dress, and you can see that in their like uniform structure of their one frock. They are worn the frock and they are having that cross, the crucifixion of the symbol, crucifixion symbol of Jesus Christ. Shilube in Kannada they say Shilube. They are wearing that and they are attending 8 masses every day. Not these people, but the olden people. Monasteries were attending 8 masses and they were leading very simple life. So these ladies are also attending the mass. Mass is nothing but the mass prayer. Okay, next time if I say mass means it is a prayer which is followed in Christianity. So they worked in the factories and works in the workshops also, these monasteries, and they cared the sick and they traveled in the Constantinople. Why it became famous? Because that's a place wherein the Europeans started traveling and they reached the Asian countries. Before that, no one has tried it. So the Constantinople point becomes very famous, isn't it? So by the 1200 years, they were became very famous, and this teaching and their way of living was very famous, and they were also called as fairies. Means fairies are the people they are also working for Christianity, but they were making the more difference in the society. They were roaming, or they were traveling from one place to other place for the sake of food, shelter, and they were preaching the Christianity. Preaching means they were telling more about the Bible and what Jesus Christ has taught them. So like this, they were the fairies who have made their point in society, and they were written so many famous books, so that people who come, they have even built the libraries, so that anyone who is unknown, who comes, who should know what the preachings of Bible. Okay, so there are famous books which they followed also, and they traveled whole world. Okay, then basic cause for traveling was, one is preaching, one is food and shelter, providing shelter, and they wanted this Christianity. Okay, the crusades, the war of holy war. So same war was being transferred into these prairies and monsters. In India also they came, they built many educational institutions. If you go to the history, you can see many people like Mother Teresa is one of the famous. Among that, there are many other people who have come from this community, and they have made the education as a point, and they worked on it like anything. Okay, so like this, these people have come across, and they preach Christianity to the normal living people also. Children, we have learned about Christianity. Now, your next topic is about Islam. So, we are going to learn about Islam. So, what is Islam and who invented it and why it has come in the society? These all things, and who was the founder of Islam. These all things we are going to learn. Islam is also one of the greatest community in the whole world, and by whom it was started, how, and it is existing till now. So it may be so strong, the teachings were so strong that still now it is existing. So we are going to learn more deep into it. So first lesson, question answer exercise, question answers, I'll be sending you the PDF. So please write down in your classwork. Okay, whatever homeworks I am giving, that all homeworks you need to write in your homework book. You all have made two books na. One book exercise question answers you are writing in your classwork, and homework whatever I am giving on the regular basis of teaching, you all are going to write in your homework book. So open your page number 23. Okay, page number 23, and we'll read, then we'll understand what it is. So, rise and spread of Islam. So Prophet Muhammad was the founder of Islam. Islam is one of the three major world religions, along with Judaism and Christianity, that profess monotheism, or the belief in a single God. The word Islam is an Arabic word which means surrender. A follower of Islam is called the Muslim or Muhammadin, which in Arabic means one who surrenders to God. Within 2 centuries after its rise, in the 7th century, Islam spread from its original home in Arabia into Syria, Egypt, North Africa, and Spain, to the west and into the Persia, India, and by the end of 10th century, beyond to the east. In the following centuries, Islam was also spread into Anatolia and to the Balkans in the north, and Saharan Africa to the south. Birth of Islam. Around the year AD 570, Muhammad, the founding prophet of Islam, was born in Mecca. He belonged to the Hashim tribe. Some 40 years later, when he was meditating in a cave near Mecca in what is now Saudi Arabia, he experienced a vision of the Archangel Gabriel, who declared Muhammad to be the prophet of God. This is known as the first revelation. After the revelation, Muhammad stayed preaching a new religion, Islam, which constituted a marked break from the existing moral and social codes in Arabia. Okay, children. So, rise of and spread of Islam. So, Christianity, we have learned how it has taken over in Rome and who was the person who has made the Christianity so famous till now. And they are in the highest numbers till now. The Christian people worldwide, they are highest in number. So, now Islam, the birth of Islam. The Prophet Muhammad is known to be as the founder of the Islam community. He himself was founded Islam, and it is also a monastic belief, means believing in one God. Even Muslims believe in Allah. Okay, they believe in Allah, who is the only one God they believe in, and they pray for that God, isn't it? So, the birth of Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, founder of Islam, he founded this community in a very higher range. The major religions in the world, now it is the major religion in the whole world. Okay, it was a monastery. So, the followers are called as Muslims or Muhammadin. The people who follow this Muslim are called Muslims or Muhammadin. Very important. Okay, means the one who surrenders himself or believes completely in one God. So by 7th century, it was spread across the Arabia and Syria, Egypt, North Africa, Spain, Persia, and to India also. So it was become so famous, and many people converted them to Islam, and this Prophet Muhammad also became very famous among the people who are preaching the monotheism. So AD 570, Prophet Muhammad was born in Mecca. Now it is in Saudi Arabia. So he was born to a Hashim tribe. It's the name of a tribal community. Now you see the Lambani people. Okay. In Bijapur, that side, there is a tribe. A particular tribe is known as a Lambani. The name of the tribe is known as the Lambani people. So he was born to such a Hashim tribe in Mecca. So there was some incident took place when he was at the age of 40. There was some incident when he was sleeping. He saw a Gabriel. Gabriel means angel. We believe in Pari, no? In Hindi we say Pari, isn't it? So there was an angel who came in his dreams, or he saw that power which was throwing a light on him. The power said that you are the follower of Muslim and you are going to believe in one God and you are going to preach the same community to the whole world, isn't it? So he heard that sound, and the Gabriel was in a no time, he was not there, and the Gabriel said that you are going to preach the Islam community and you will be the first prophet, or you are the messenger of God. Messenger of God means you have been sent by the God to preach here, isn't it, children? So we all need to believe in one God. Like that the Gabriel said, and it was disappeared. And Muhammad Prophet, he said himself these all things, that yes, I am the person who have been sent from the God, and I'm going to preach Islam to the whole world. And he started his work very honestly. The famous or the sacred book of Islam is Quran. You all know, isn't it? We celebrate Ramzan, and those even there are some people who are preaching this Islam language, isn't it? The handwriting is totally different from what we write, isn't it? So the Quran is totally the book which tells us what to do, what not to do in the Islam community or the Islam. So he started preaching this language, he started preaching Islam, and he went to tribes, the small, small tribes wherein people lived who were not aware of this Islam, and he started uniting the people, tribal people. He started uniting people and started preaching them how Christian fairies and missionaries, okay, they started preaching the common person. He also went to a tribes, many tribes, and collected them and started preaching them believe in God and surrender to only one God Almighty. Like this he started his life, and he believed in one God, that was Allah. So he was believing in Allah, and he told everyone that believe in Allah and he will show you the way how to lead in your life. Okay, come back to next page, that is page number 24. Okay, read children with me. The new religion of Islam taught that there was one God and that Muhammad was the last in a series of prophets and messengers. So he was the first and he is considered to be the last prophet of Islam. These revelations were compiled in a book, and that book is sacred book for Islam, that is Quran. As Prophet Muhammad went about preaching Islam, all the tribes were earlier quarreled with one another became united in the belief of Allah. However, the Prophet's preaching upset his enemies who taught him to be dangerous and plotted to get rid of him. So in 622 AD, Muhammad had to leave Mecca and flee to Medina along with his family and a band of faithful followers. This flight from Mecca to Medina was called Hijrah. In Arabic, meaning migration, all Muslims use the era 622 AD as the year one of their calendar. Means they consider this Hijrah as a 1 year in their calendar. During the 10 years between his arrival in the Medina and his death in 632 AD, Muhammad laid the foundations for the ideal Islamic state. A core of committed Muslims were established and a community life was ordered according to the requirements of the new religion. Foremost among these were the five pillars of Islam, the essential religious duties required of every adult Muslim who is mentally able. The five pillars are each described in some part of the Quran and were already practiced during the Muhammad's lifetime. They are the profession of faith, Shalha, Daha, prayers, Salah, alms giving, Zakah, fasting, Saum, pilgrimage, Hajj. Okay, children. So there are some followings, are the some important points which you have to remember. That Islam, you know that Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad has started the Islam, and he is the first and he is the last messenger of God. As the Gabriel, the angel said that you are the messenger of God, and same way he was the last. And you know that during Jesus Christ also there were so many people who were opposing him because he told that believe in only one God. So same way when the Prophet Muhammad was also opposed by many people in that area, Mecca, the place called Mecca. So he has to run away from Mecca because he was getting a threats from for his life. So he has run away from Mecca to Medina, and that particular migration is called Hijrah. What it is called? Hijrah. So during the year that is 622, it is considered to be the 1 year for Muslim people or Muslim community. So during the 632 AD 632, it is considered that Prophet Muhammad was died, and the practices which becomes important for Muslim community. okay, which was followed before and which was followed by the Prophet Muhammad, and even till now these things or these pillars or practices are very much important in the Muslim community or Muhammadi community. What they are? They are the practices, the profession of faith. So one need to be very professional, means he should work, and that is known as Shahada. It is known as Shahada. And the prayer means the Muslims have to prayer. You know that they have to pray for 5 times namaz. They go to Dargah, no? They go to mosque and they go to Dargah. They do the namaz there. Means community together. How we do the masses in Christianity, how we go Hindus temple, same way Muslims go to pray in the Dargah. That is called Salah. And the next is alms giving. Alms giving means zakah, means giving whatever we have to share with others. That is known as zakah. And fourth one is fasting. You know that in the holy month Ramzan, okay, that's called as a holy month for the Muslims, and they fast for the whole month. In that month is called as swarm. And the last one, fifth one is pilgrimage. Pilgrimage means a Muslim community, the one who is born for Muslim community or is Islamic has to go visit to Hajj. Okay, he has to go to Hajj and he has to stay there for some days. That is called as a pilgrimage, means very sacred place, holy place for Muslim community. For example, Kashi and Madura and Rameshwar are some pilgrimages for the Hindu people who believe in Hinduism. They believe these places, if you go, your life is sacred and your life is been fulfilled. Same way, visiting to Hajj is also considered to the fulfillment of their end of their life. Okay, one the Muslim who is been born has to once at least in his lifetime has to visit this Hajj. It is in Saudi Arabia. So today's homework, children, are as follows for this lesson. So you have to write this in 200 page of homework book. Okay, which book? Homework book you need to write it. So first homework is what are the 5 practices of Islam? Okay, you have learned little bit Islam community and what are the major 5 practices in Islam you have to write down. And the second one is who was the Prophet Muhammad? Who was he? What he has done? Isn't it? When he was born, where he was born, you need to write about the Prophet Muhammad. And the last one is write 5 to 6 sentences about birth of Islam. Means when and how did the community called Islam was born and by whom it was born and how it was born. You need to write it in a detailed form. Okay children, you all have to maintain this book. Whenever I am asked, you need to show me. And thank you watching me and read. Okay, whenever you get time, you just read because you need to remember these all ADs, when the Rome, when the Christianity, when Islam. These all are the important dates which you need to write in your upcoming exams. Okay children, thank you and have a nice day and take care of your